we have so many education sessions and learning possibilities available to the general public at this show, and one of these is Frank Manfredi from Manfredi Associates. If you're anywhere near visiting our For Construction Pros website or Construction News Tracker, you ought to be very familiar with Frank and his work. How you doing?
Good, Roger. How
Nice
are you
to see
today?
you, friend.
I'm doing well.
You are?
Yeah, I'm tired.
The feet are holding up well?
Yeah, just barely.
Well, we're going to talk about diesel emissions compliance, which I know is a subject near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, I know quite a bit about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's happening now?
Well, every manufacturer that has a diesel engine has to comply with the new EPA regulations. And they're coming into force in waves, or they call them tier levels. And we're currently in what they call Tier 4 final. And so everybody here at the show is introducing machines with the new emission regulations, engines. And the engines require a lot more cooling capacity because they burn fuel at a much higher rate.
Tremendous heat.
Tremendous heat, and the pressure on the injectors is up around 28 or 30,000 psi. And so because of that requirement, and also the requirement to capture particulates that come out of the exhaust, most of the manufacturers have had to redesign their machines and expand the engine compartment to accommodate the larger cooling requirement. And the diesel particulate filter is a large device, usually a big cylinder,
right,
that captures this stuff, and then they squirt a little bit of fuel in there and burn off the particulates. So it's created a real design challenge for everybody. Most of the manufacturers have spent the majority of their R&D budgets in the past few years on conforming to those regulations.
Right. It's interesting to note, though, really, Tier 4 final is not a final. We could eliminate the word final, and I think we'd be more relevant to what's really happening, because we don't know what's next.
Right.
We have an idea.
Yeah.
There's a lot of speculation in the marketplace about what the government may or may not impose, and a lot of chatter, and as always, and will there be a Tier 5, 6, and 7?
That's exactly right. Well, it's hard to imagine that there would be another level of emission regulations, because if you operated a Tier 4 final engine in Los Angeles, the air coming out of the exhaust is cleaner than the air going in.
Yes. Isn't it interesting?
Yeah.
And then, of course, you have a situation that's unique to the state of California with their CARB regulation body there.
That's right.
And that sometimes is much more stringent than the federal government.
Oh, extremely. Very proactive.
Very proactive.
Yeah,
it certainly is. Well, Frank, I want to
thank you very
for
much.
Taking time, though.
My pleasure.
I got you off your feet for a few minutes.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
That's very important for guys like us.
That's right.
Stopping by, talking to us here on the.
Okay. Roger, thank you very much.
Thank you, Frank.
Okay.
Good to talk with you.
Good to talk to you.
Excellent.